number one is your morality, second is your expectation, and third is your utility. So when we have yesterday I have given you example wherein son said to his mother that mother, God promise I will not have alcohol in the party. So it is his moral duty to not to have an alcohol. So the contract is based upon the morality here, right? And second is your expectation. So the mother is having an expectation from the son that he will not have alcohol. So here again the contract is based upon different parameter, different theories. Number one is your morality, second is your expectation, and third is your utility. So suppose if you if I say that you have one two wheeler and you wanted to or you aspire to have four wheeler. So now in order to buy a four wheeler you also wanted to sell your two wheeler and then recover certain money from that sale, and you also accumulated certain money, some money for the purchase of your four wheeler, right? So here first contract will happen with one person who is willing to buy that two wheeler. He might be having a cycle and he also aspiring to have a two wheeler, so he will purchase a two wheeler from you and give a money as a consideration for that. And this is one contract. And second is that you buy a car. Now from either you buy it from a car showroom or you are buying a second hand car. Now here again there is a transaction happening, and this is how the contract is creating a utility. See, you have seen there is a contract happen between you and the person who is aspiring to have a two wheeler, and again because of this contract you again another contract happened, that is a purchase of four wheeler. And once you purchase a four wheeler you will again purchase certain things for your car, and you will also required to maintain or service your car. Then you will have another contract. So one contract is enhancing so many another contract, and thereby creating a utility. So if this is how the world of contract works. Yesterday we have also discussed why contract. Why do we enter into a contract? Why not only an agreement? Why we need this contract law itself? Because we don't trust each other. We want to ensure that the contract should be enforceable. If suppose if there is an agreement only and there is not the element of the essential element of the contract, so it will not be enforced. So if there is not if there is no surety of enforceability, you will not like to have a contract in first place, or you will not like to have such an agreement, because there will be a chaos in the world. Everybody will be breaching each other promise. So you want a contract because you want it to be enforced, and enforceability is possible only when the essential element of contract is there. And also the enforceability is possible when it is not opposed to state policy and opposed to public policy, right? And how the enforceability is done? In order to ensure enforceability is in order to no enforce your contract, you first need to prove there is a contract. And that time I have also told you the difference between proof versus validity of contract, correct? So you have to first prove there exists an agreement between two parties. Such agreement may be oral or written or implied. At the time of implied, I have also told you the difference between the silence versus conduct. When it will be treated as conduct and when it will be treated as silence. Some don't confuse that, where you have seen that silence is also treated as conduct. Obviously, when we are discussing the discussing offer and acceptance, we will see that there are scenario wherein the silence will be treated as conduct. Like suppose if you are in a fiduciary relationship, you are expected to answer certain thing, but when you are silenced, when I am saying that ki, shall I go for this agreement or not, and you are silent in there, knowing that you should not be, then but still if you are silent, it is a fiduciary duty to tell you the correct thing. But if you are not, the silence also amounts to no certain conduct only. So we have to see where it is a silence and where it is a conduct. I have given you an example wherein the person who is standing at the bus stand for and waiting for his friend. There he is silently standing there. So that doesn't mean that he is agreeing to enter into a contract wherein he is agreeing to travel from the location which the bus is traveling, say Bhubaneswar to Cuttack. But if you step in the bus and you take a seat, that conduct reflect that you are willing to travel, you have accepted the proposal, and you are willing to travel from Bhubaneswar to Cuttack. Now this is an implied this is an implied contract. Now such an agreement should be uh, not impossible, it can be performed, and such an agreement can be illegal or legal, but only legal agreement can be enforceable, not an illegal agreement. And in first class I have discussed in length about when the enforcement to be seen, and what is no I have given you a certain ball drop certain ball about the definition about what is legal and what is illegal. Correct. Now I will start our session with one video. You need to tell me, what do you understand from that video, keeping in your eye that we are discussing about legal contract and illegal contract. So our whole understanding should be, by watching this video you have to conclude whether it is whether the entire things which is happening in the video which I am going to show you, that is a a legal transaction or the illegal transaction. Okay. Before starting our main session, if anybody have question from the previous session, they can ask me, so that I will start with our session. Do you have any query from the previous session? If you have any query, you can raise. Yes. Yes, Sonali.
Yeah, madam, could you please tell me the difference between prove and valid contract?
Proof versus validity.
Yes, madam.
Okay, so what I am saying you that when we are seeing the validity of the contract, we have discussed about what is how the contract can be entered orally, can be entered by a written for legal formalities like written note or written documentation, or it can be through an implied, like through conduct. Correct. But in the court we have to prove that there exists a contract, right? When you go to when there is a breach of contract, in order to enforce, you where you go? Court, right? Yes, Sonali.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so the court will first want to ensure that there exists a contract between you and the other party. In order to prove that, you might be bringing certain witness that yes, he is the witness when I was doing the oral contract. Or you might be or if there is no witness, then it will be difficult to prove that there is an agreement between you two. Correct. So
Yes, ma'am.
so it will be not questioning, the court is not questioning the validity of the contract. The contract is still valid, but when it is about the proof, we need to prove that first there exists a contract. So and then when the court is confirmed that okay there exists a contract, then the enforceability and the other essential element will come into place. And that's why we in the real world, in the practice world, you have seen that people like to have all the kind of contract on a stamp paper. So if suppose if you have not done on the stamp paper, you have done on a plain paper, it is still valid. There is the law doesn't say that ki you should have it on a stamp paper when we are saying about the validity of contract. But in order to prove, then there will be a problem, so it will be like good to have it on a stamp paper. And if you have in the law, if suppose if you have not paid the stamp duty, you can pay it later by paying the 10th time of the stamp duty. This is how in the practical world things work. In order to prove there exists a contract, but the validity is still not questioned. I hope it cleared the doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, anybody else has any query, so that I will start our sessions today? Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, I couldn't attend the last two classes. How can I access them?
So it is also available in YouTube,
Okay,
in
thank you so much.
Ab Initio platform. You can see that YouTube channel.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. So let's start with our session.
I think it's due to an outstanding loan his father had taken.
Okay. So his father has taken certain loan. Okay, and for that he is working at his place, right? So do you think there is any kind of problem in this?
The behavioral part?
No, I am just saying about you have to wear the glass of whether it is a legal transaction or the illegal transaction, right? So what is the transaction, Jadip?
Ma'am, he has been employed to work till by paying the loan amount in kind by working till the loan is paid.
Correct. So is there any problem with this kind of transaction? Is that a legal
No, ma'am.
transaction or illegal transaction?
Legal transaction, ma'am.
And why you say so?
Because service can also
Okay.
service can be used to legally pay off a loan, I guess.
Okay. So in real world, in current generation, we able to see as such anything like that? Do you have anything coming in your mind where it is happening? In order to pay loan, you have to service.
Ma'am, I think this happens with money lenders where they have owe money with the money lender. So generally they work in the farms and all in a sharecropping pattern. I think that happens there.
Currently, it's happened there. Currently, it's happening like that, or it is at the time of jamidari system.
I mean, yes, it used to be in the Jamindari system. Currently, I cannot say in social reality if it's actually happening.
Yes, yes, yes. So anybody else who have no different opinion than Saswat?
No, in Constitution it has been provided that a right against exploitation of human being is also there.
Yes, you are trying to touch correctly. Just no improvise your answer. If anybody want to further add it or no improvise it.
It is violation of human rights.
Yes, because it is creating a slavery.
Slavery.
Correct. So our constitution doesn't allow it the slavery, right? His father has taken
Yes, ma'am.
certain loan, and for that his father has worked at her place, and now his son is also working at her place. And the way the things are moving, it is not going to through this manual work also he is not able to pay the entire amount through the service also, manual service also. Correct, which is reflecting from that video clip. So what do you think that what is the consideration here in the transaction? The Jaideep has mentioned it that the father has taken loan and against service, right? So that is the service here is the consideration. So if I put it in a right word, then the slavery is the consideration, so which is unlawful. And again, what is the object here? Can anybody able to see what is the
Object.
object?
The object is behind this whole scenario is illegal contract. which itself ended at the point that the father of Akshay Kumar died. That person.
Mm-hmm. Here if we see that the object here is to create a slavery only. The consideration that Akshay Kumar or his father has given is the slavery, like the manual service. And the object of Archana is also that to generate this slavery service only. She is not intent to recover the entire amount from them. She will pursue this from his son of from the Akshay's son or the child. He or she has to again work in order to pay that loan amount. So this is continuous indefinite chain. It is not going to end. So here if we see that there is an unlawful object and unlawful consideration, and hence it is an illegal contract. I hope it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have a doubt that here in this case, how it can be regarded as it is unlawful object.
What is the intention here of Archana Puran Singh?
If we
Ma'am, the
consider the
intention is to pay her loan, like to get her loan amount back.
No, no. She seeks to impose slavery because
Yes, ma'am. The
huh,
conduct shows this that she intends to keep him embroiled in this employment by making excuses so that he can't even pay it back.
yes. So neither his father able to pay that, nor neither his no future child is able to pay that amount. If certain she might be having the entire debt amount or certain interest amount is like that, that the entire chain is not able to pay that amount. And the similar thing we have seen in our jamidari system, where generation and generation is into slavery. Correct? I hope it cleared the doubt.
Yes.
Okay.
yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
I think she's asking probably like and generally we do see in movies also or in other places when one cannot pay the bill or something, one has to work in the restaurant to wash the dishes and pay the amount. Now, is that legal or illegal in that sense? Like one can have an agreement, no? Ki if I cannot pay it in cash, I perform some work to fulfill the promise.
See, any contract when suppose in many of the time what is happening that one is providing service in exchange of another service, okay, or one is providing service and another is paying the money, right? In any professional work also happen like that. So we will not say that "Ki, okay, I am providing a service and you are paying, that means it is an unlawful consideration." So we have to see it in each and every fact and circumstances.
Understood.
Ma'am, I have one question. Then, is it a valid contract or not? The relation between Archana Puran Singh and Akshay Kumar?
No, there is no valid contract. No, it is an illegal contract because the object is unlawful as well as your consideration. But in case of illegal contract, that doesn't mean that you need to have both the element, unlawful agreement, unlawful object, and as well as an unlawful consideration. Either of any of these things be there, either unlawful object or unlawful consideration, then also it is an illegal contract.
But the intention of Archana Puran Singh is simply to get the money back which she has lended his father. First intention, Archana Puran Singh. And the second thing is, if we consider the elements of contract, it is completely satisfying everything that the person is giving acceptance and that person is also working for her. I
Yeah,
mean,
if
Akshay Kumar.
Yes, yes. So if you mean, if suppose if somebody, if you want to buy a brown sugar, and you went to your friend and he's told that "Ki, okay, I am willing to sell the brown sugar to you. So do you think yeah, here the offer and acceptance is not happened?
No, this is correct. This is correct. But the thing is, he's actually you are correct.
You're confused. Have you seen the first class?
No, ma'am. Actually, I couldn't attend first two classes.
That's the reason you are confused. So first, for the in simple term, you must have read that agreement means offer plus acceptance plus consideration. So even in case of the illegal contract, these three element will be there. So offer will be there, acceptance will be there, consideration will be there. But what makes an agreement to a contract is your enforceability. And when we see the enforceability, we need to first ensure that all the essentials element of contract is there. And one is your lawful object and lawful consideration, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So when the object or your or and your consideration is unlawful, then in that case it becomes an illegal contract and it is not enforceable by law.
Got it, ma'am.
Yes. Now tell me that illegal this illegal contract which happened between Archana Puran Singh and Akshay Kumar, is this a void ab initio or it is not?
I'm not void ab initio, but the further conduct shows that the performance is difficult because she's not creating favorable conditions for the performance of the very agreement they have.
Mm-hmm. See, the behavioral part is a different thing. What the transactions, because that is one of the element of the slavery, that how you are treated and all those things will be there. But what is important here is that illegal contract is always void because the state doesn't want. Why we have the contract law? Because we and the essentials elements and all those things is that the state wants to have certain law and order in place. So if state promote this unlawful object and unlawful consideration, there will be no law and order in the state. There will be chaos, right? People kill each other, people engage themselves in drug dealings. Everybody likes to do all the things which doesn't look good or which are morally not correct, right? Because it's tough to walk on the path of morality or on the legal things. Again, the morality versus law is again another topic which I'm not going into it. But uh, this buying a drug dealing or a contract dealing or slavery, these are also not, these are both unlawful as well as not morally right, correct?
Yes, ma'am. But what if, for example, he needed to pay him like 60,000 rupees and the salary of a driver is 12,000. So he can actually work for 5,000, 5 months and pay it back, no?
Yes,
And
yes,
if,
yes, 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 yes. That's what the first thing which I have told you. Ki we have to see it in a each each fact and circumstances, wherein the things we need to see whether the transaction is implying the slavery or not. So in this scenario, what we have seen, his father has taken money and he is not able to pay entire amount in his entire service duration, and he died serving at her place. And later on, his son is also serving at her place, even wearing the same clothes what the father is wearing. Okay, even if it's not only the behavior part, it is how the slavery things works upon. So if you see that he she also mentioned that ki she has no, because of his service, she was unhappy and he has torn her cloth, and she told that she will deduct 8 months of salary from that, correct?
yes,
So this is the entire chain. Like every time he will do certain mistake which is not his mistake also, like of might be the mistake of her dog, then also the punishment will be upon him. So the entire intent is to impose slavery. So it is to be seen, that's why the lawyers are there. We have to see that each and facts and circumstances, and we need to interpret on that way. We cannot be no directly saying that "Ki, this is a straight jacket thing." And that's why we are here to interpret the law.
Understood, ma'am. But you said it's void ab initio. I just wanted to understand that aspect.
Because it is unlawful. So it is unlawful, that's why it is void.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so I have asked you yesterday one question yeah, about similar on this line, uh, that we have concluded that illegal contracts are void from the beginning, right? So I have given you one task wherein I have mentioned that a person is having a very good is having a very handsome salary, and working at a very good company, and he wanted to take a loan from a bank, a personal loan from a bank. But for what purpose? Because he is having some activities to be done, which is a terrorism, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I have asked you that whether the bank is able to recover that amount or not.
Yes, ma'am, because
Yes, ma'am.
it's for unlawful object. So yes.
Yeah. Have you worked upon it, or you are saying simply, like, have you researched over it?
Prima facie, it was evident, but I don't know what is the loan agreement, things like that. But the conditions there.
Okay. Anybody else has any other opinion?
Can anyone please send the questions on the chat box, please?
You need to listen it again, or you please, whatever the important things you feel, that you just no also scribble down on your paper, so that you have an understanding of, and you can revise those things, because many of the examples happen, it's not be on the slide, it's just extempore. It is not always be on the slide. Okay, so the question is here, Avinas, is that the person is working in a very good company, and he's having a handsome salary, and he wanted to have certain loan from the bank, because he wants us to do some terrorist activities in the country, and the bank is also aware about it, and bank has given a personal loan to that person. Now whether the bank can able to recover that amount or not.
No, ma'am. Uh,
No,
no, ma'am. Because when the term is implied that bank has knowledge about his act, from that moment it is the bank cannot recover it. Recover it.
Hmm. And you are saying something, Anusya?
ma'am, the transaction is from the very beginning, it's void ab initio.
Which
That's all.
transaction? The loan or
The
the
loan transaction.
loan transaction? How it is like taking a personal loan, the bank has seen all the no,
Because
fulfilled
the
all the criteria.
intention, because the intention has already known by the bank that intention is not uh, lawful. That's all.
Hmm. So from this we have concluded that any of the collateral agreement of the illegal contract is also void, whether the person is aware of it or the collateral. See here, the collateral transaction is your personal loan, even the bank is aware of, or if not, then also the collateral part is also void ab initio.
Okay.
Okay. Now the next question is your that what about the void agreement, is that also illegal?
The void agreement.
Yes. What do you understand by void agreement?
Ma'am,
An
which is
agreement
not
which is not enforceable by
enforceable
law.
by law.
An agreement which is not enforceable by law. And what do you mean by which is not enforceable by law?
Those doesn't satisfy the elements of valid contract.
essential element of the valid contract. Correct. Now in this case, suppose the same scenario, suppose there is a void agreement, and in a say wagering. Okay, you have no you who was speaking earlier, Sonali, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So Sonali, you and Jaideep has no decided that if today rain will happen, if the today rain will happen, then Sonali, you said that ki if rain will happen, then I will get 100 rupees. Jaideep said that ki okay, no, if rain today rain will not happen. So you both has no having a contradictory response against each other, and you said that no, today rain will happen, and if rain will happen, then you have to pay me 100 rupees. And Jedi said, no, 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 I am very much sure that today rain will not happen. So, and if it will not happen, then Sonali, you have to pay 100 rupees to Jaideep.
Okay, ma'am.
So, here, what is happening? A wagering contract, right?
On probability things are based, correct?
Yeah, it is obviously contingent, but it is based upon what? Is that, are you interested in the rain, or you are interested in 100 rupees?
Interested in 100 rupees.
Correct. So when you both have no the winning or the loss will be depending upon certain element which is contingent, but you are mainly interested upon the revenue part, the winning part. Then it is a wagering agreement only, and this is what void.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so tell me, in order to suppose the rain happened and Jadip has to pay the money to you, but Jadip is not having the 100 rupees. He went to a bank and took personal loan to pay you that 100 amount. Now, tell me what about that 100 rupees transaction which happened between Jadip and bank? Whether the bank is able to recover that amount from Jadip?
Madam, what I understood is, as per section 29, I guess, right now I just not yet don't have my barrack, but as per section 29, it was written that in IPC section, um, I forgot. So, except that section, all wagerings are not enforceable by law and those are illegal. Like the horse racing,
No, we
those.
are not going into the entire wagering part right now. We'll discuss it in the entire length. What I am saying, the wagering which are void. There are certain wagering which are illegal. There are certain wagering which are void. That can be two things, right? Either it is a void, it can be illegal, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And illegal happen when? What is the definition of illegal, which we have given earlier in class? That is forbidden by law. So something which is not forbidden by law, it is not illegal.
Yes, ma'am.
Like cryptocurrency. In the first class, I was telling about the cryptocurrency. That El Salvador has cryptocurrency transaction is legal there, but it is banned in China. So it is illegal in China.
Yes, ma'am.
So similarly here, the wagering agreement which I am talking about is void one. So what about the collateral transaction of it? Like the amount which Jaideep took from the bank to pay you, Sonali. Now this 100 rupees, whether the bank is able to recover that amount or not. Any person can answer this. It's not only Sonali has to bear the pain of answering always.
Ma'am, the bank that has the relationship with the loanee, it is not related to how the loanee is utilizing that money to wager or look for further agreements. That agreement stands, I think.
No, no, no. It is not like that, Jaideep. We have just now only understood that the collateral agreement, if in case of illegal contract, the collateral contracts are also illegal.
Yes, void agreement doesn't have any legal legal aspect, legal effect.
So what I am saying that is the void agreement. From this question you need to understand whether the void agreement is illegal or not.
Yes, ma'am, it is illegal. So hence the bank couldn't recover the loan amount from Mr. Jaideep.
Then why in the law there is a two terminology? One is your void agreement, and another there's yesterday we have discussed about void agreement, void contract, and today we have discussed about the illegal contract, right? So and illegal we are discussing in first and second class as well. So just now we have no we discussed that illegal contracts means forbidden by law. So obviously there is a difference between void agreement and illegal contract.
Ma'am, in illegal contract, from what I think, that one will face penalties by like imposed by law. But in void agreements, they don't have any legal effect, and there are no penalties. Like they are void ab initio.
Correct. This is the crux, that void agreement has no legal effect, but it is not illegal. Okay. So in this case, even if the collateral agreement, uh, which is made like the between Jaideep and the bank is able to recover that amount because it is completely valid. It is not collateral to the illegal contract. It is collateral to the void agreement. So the void agreement is having no legal effect, but any collateral agreement because of the void agreement has legal is a legal effect if it has all the essential element of contract. I hope it clear. It is little confusing, but if you have a
Madam, could
clarity
you
it is
please
smooth.
repeat it? Madam, could you please repeat it? Void agreement and illegal contract.
So you understand that void agreement are those agreement which does not meet all the essentials of the contract, and
Yes, ma'am.
illegal contracts are those which are forbidden by law. So there might be a chances which in agreement which is not and we have also understood that all the illegal contracts are void from the beginning,
Yes, ma'am.
and void agreement are also void, like having no legal effect from the beginning.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so these two are same in this parameter, but what is the difference? The major difference is your void agreement has no legal effect, but illegal
Okay, ma'am.
contracts are forbidden by law itself, so it is punishable. And any collateral agreements because of the illegal contracts are also void ab initio. But
Okay, ma'am.
any collateral agreements of void agreements not necessary to be void. If all the essential of that collateral agreement, the essentials of element of contract is there, then it is a valid, and the bank is able to recover the money from Jaideep.
Madam, just a small doubt.
Mm-hmm.
In the first example, you have given the example of terrorism.
Yes.
So in that part, the bank is not able to recover the money because the transaction is itself void ab initio. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
In the second place, in the second example, that Jaideep and I had the contingent contract that the rain might happen, so I'll be giving him 100 rupees or not. It's
Hmm.
the main question. And in order to pay such amount, Jaideep took loan from the bank to pay it off to me.
Hmm. Yes.
So in this scenario, as it is not void ab initio, so it is an void contract.
No, 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 no. You're. Have you attended yesterday class, Sonali?
No, no, ma'am, no.
That's the reason. I think you watched that yesterday class, and then tomorrow again, whatever I have told you now, just keep that in mind. And then, if still after watching that video, if you have no clarity, then again I will answer you. Okay.
Okay, okay, ma'am, sure, sure.
Yes. So now we will move into the difference between the void agreement and the your illegal contracts. Number one is your obviously punishable by law and not punishable by law, right?
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. So,
Mhm.
you were comparing. void agreement with void illegal contract. So, is there a difference between void agreement and illegal agreements also?
See, in illegal agreement we are saying like that, so you can say even illegal agreement. So anyways, the offer acceptance consideration is there, but the essential element of the contract is not there. So the lawful object and lawful consideration is not there, so you can call it as an illegal agreement also. There is no difference.
Okay, 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 okay,
Yeah, in the law it is mentioned like that, so I was using this.
okay, ma'am.
Just a minute. Yes, so these are the difference. So we have discussed about what is the major differences. Void agreement are not necessarily be illegal. Why we are mentioning not necessarily be illegal? Because illegal agreements are always void. Okay, and void agreements are so illegal agreement is void as well as this prohibited by law, and illegal agreement. But void agreements are not necessarily to be illegal. Correct? I hope you are not getting confused with the statement.
No.
Yes, and since void agreement are not forbidden under law, this is very important that it should not be forbidden under law. And illegal agreement are always forbidden under law. Punishment here we have already discussed, not liable for punishment. In case of illegal agreement, it is liable for punishment. And in case of void agreement, not necessarily be collateral or void, it can be valid also. This also I have discussed, that how the essentials element and all those to be seen. And in case of illegal agreement, the collateral are always void. So we are clear about these two questions which we have put yesterday. Okay, now we will discuss about what is exactly the unlawful object and consideration we are saying in case of illegal contract. So number one is your either the consideration amount or the object is forbidden by law. So in case of your suppose a 17 years boy marrying and also his family is taking dowry from the girl's parent. So in this case, we have seen that object and consideration both are unlawful. The object is that the marriage of the child, and marriage is only possible at the age of 21, but he is marrying at the age of 17. Correct? And the consideration amount which is he is taking from the family is the dowry amount, which is again not lawful. So both object and consideration are unlawful. So this entire transaction, this entire thing is illegal. In case of yesterday I have discussed about the voidable agreement, voidable contract. If anybody has idea what we have discussed.
Ma'am, the revocation and rescinding, that is what you're referring, I think.
That we have discussed, but we have given an example wherein a 16-year-old girl married at the age at the age of 16, and she has option to rescind the contract or not. Whether this thing will be considered as a void or valid until it is rescinded.
It is void,
Ma'am, it
I
will
believe.
be valid. It will be valid, ma'am.
Yes, so it is valid because the entire the marriage at the age of 16 is though not appreciable, but it is not no it is not punishable by law, and it is valid. It is punishable at the parent place, but for the minor child it is still valid, and she has no she can exercise her right to make it void when at the age of 40 at the age of 18. We have discussed it, right? So you keep it as a task wherein you have to mention the exam where you have to mention all the element of voidable, valid and void, how it happened, at what point it happened, and what is the law behind child marriage. This you keep it as a task. And in case of this, what happened as when it will be considered as an illegal. right? Able to understand the question? Because it will give you the clarity about the voidable contract, void agreement, also the valid contract, and also about the illegal contract. So all these things you can put it in a scenario, and then narrate the law, and how it is actual the law, and how it is applying with the scenario, and also mention about the law where which restrain child marriage, and what is the punishment assigned to the parents who are entering into such. And you have to also, if somebody has asked me whether I can able to evaluate the answer or not, I can able to evaluate. I will share my email id. You can write down all your answers and then email me. In my email id I can answer, evaluate those answer also. Okay. The next point is when consideration or object are of such nature that if permitted it would defeat the provision of law. So see it there are certain transactions happening wherein the law is saying it not to it should be provided by law, but instead of doing that directly you are doing it indirectly. So suppose if I am saying that the law is saying the law in order to give you a bail require a surety. And why we require a surety? That the surety has to ensure that that person will not jump a bail. When he is required to be present in the court, he will come to the court, and he is giving a guarantee, one kind of guarantee, that okay, he will not going to do all these things which are not to be expected to be done from him. Then and in order to give that surety, he has to pay certain amount to us. He has to deposit the bail bond amount, right? Some fd or something which has to be deposited uh, in the court. So if that amount is to be given by the accused himself, the surety is not actually ensuring from his own self, right? The whole purpose of the law is getting denied here when such transaction is happening. So something which is not allowed directly is also not allowed indirectly. I hope it is clear.
I'm not able to understand this offer here.
So in order to have a bail, either how the how the bail is done, like it can be done through having a personal bond or a bail bond.
Yes.
Have you all started bnss?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have now the definition of bail bond and personal bond is provided in the bnss. And what exactly the definition of bail? Earlier in the crpc it is not provided, correct?
Yes.
Okay, you also look into in that aspect whether in crpc the definition of bail is there or not, specifically on in any section or not. Okay. So again, so here the surety is required to give the bond amount, right? So why we need a surety? Because the surety is ensuring that this accused person is not going to jump the bell, and he's whenever it is required to be present in the court, he is going to come. And if he is breaching that, then he has to pay that amount to the he what the bail amount, whatever has been deposited, that amount has been taken from by the court from that surety, correct?
Yes.
So if the law is not saying that if the law has to take the personal bond, then law would have taken it from the accused person itself. Not he has not the law has not demanded it the surety, correct? So law want
Yes.
a surety. So if the accused person give that amount to the surety, then it is not indirectly doing something which is not the law requires.
Okay. Okay.
Now it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The third is your when it is fraudulent. So suppose Jaideep, you and your friend has decided that let's sell Taj Mahal to somebody, and with that amount we will divide each other. Do you able to sell the Taj Mahal?
No.
Okay, but there is one case actually happened wherein in the real world itself, that one person is deceiving people and selling Taj Mahal to the people who is not well aware about that it cannot be sold.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
yes, yes, Avinash, you are aware about that news? uh,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That person has already sold Qutub Minar and Lal Killa also
yes,
to
yes,
some
very smart person.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So suppose if you and that person has decided that you will deceive people and you will sell such things which cannot be sold, and whatever the gains will happen, because obviously he is not doing alone, right? He would be taking, must be having some kind of team with him, right? Who is making all this kind of Bunty Bubbly movie, if you have seen that. There are a lot of such instances is there. So all the gains amount will be divided between each other. Then such an agreement will promote fraud.
Yes.
So it is again unlawful and illegal. Third is your injury to person or property. So suppose if you enter into an agreement wherein you are no deciding to print certain article which is a copyright of somebody else. So the publication house or printing place, if they are agreeing to no do print such things and in your name, then in that case it is not unlawful. It is injuring to any other person. In our daily life we do that, like we don't buy the like don't buy it, and you just no, take a print of that or in somebody's else book, but it is anyways having a copyright of that person.
Yes, it's illegal, ma'am.
It's an illegal, right? But we always do, correct? Now you will not do. And the second example we have discussed about this loan amount, the slavery thing. And the fifth point is when consideration is immoral. So what do you mean by immoral? Is it defined in the law?
Ma'am, I
Which
think
is
it's
morally wrong. For
like
example,
constitutional morality.
Okay, keep it as a question whether morality is defined in law or not. And again, now when here it is mentioned as please note down all the questions, okay, whatever I'm placing it. And if I forget to ask you, you need to be active and let me know that okay, you have put such questions, and let's discuss those things. Otherwise it will be not beneficial for you as in such. And like when consideration is immoral, so suppose in our daily life we have mainly seen that elders no find a person who will bring who provide a proposal, and in order to get the marriage done, he will like in order to arrange the groom or bride, he takes certain money. Have you seen such kind of transaction happening in your surrounding?
Yes, madam, marriage brokers.
There itself a problem. So do you think a marriage broker, what exactly the marriage broker do? What do you think that shadi.com, bharat what exactly those app are? I'm not so much sure about those apps. So there are a lot of platforms, right? I think uh, can anybody name those platform? Like I do remember one shadi.com is there, one bharat.
Odia matrimony, Bharat matrimony,
Yes,
any kind of community, just add matrimony. They have those kind of portals, ma'am.
yes. And what that portal is providing to you?
Providing service.
Exactly what service? Like are they arranging a marriage between the bride and groom? What
No,
exactly they are doing?
they are being the mediator or a platform where people can meet each other or talk to each other and know each other about two other different people.
And what is the revenue model of them? Like
Uh,
because they might be doing certain such kind of business, then they must be earning some money from them.
yes, they have subscription model where for certain time, unless until you pay certain amount, you won't get access to complete information like their details, contact details, or anything, and you can't even chat with each other
So
in
okay,
that
so
model.
these platform are only providing the information, they are not arranging the marriage between each other,
Yes, yes, ma'am.
right? So that's the difference. So this so whenever you are writing the answer, you need to these key differences will very important, because in OGS what happened, you will be provided with certain cases, with certain scenarios, wherein you have to apply your understanding in that scenarios. So my whole purpose and our get our no this sessions important is that we want to make sure our understanding is very crystal clear, that in midnight if somebody is asking you some kind of questions, you are able to answer it. Any kind of scenario is put to you, you are able to answer it. So this is one confusing thing, wherein the question would have written that they have arranged a marriage between bride and group, and for that he has taken certain money. When he is ensuring the marriage between two person and taking the money, then it is immoral. But when the person is just providing an information and has no intention whether that person is going to take money, or whether that through this information the marriage will happen or not, then in that case it is not immoral. I hope it is clear.
Can you please repeat again, ma'am?
Okay, so if the person is ensuring that, like the whole purpose is like he's if somebody, Mr. A has given certain task to a pandit, that please arrange a girl for me for a marriage, and I am willing to pay you 50,000 rupees, and pandit has arranged that girl for him, and he took money for such marriage. Now this is what, is this the same as what just a providing information?
No,
No, it's
ma'am.
different.
Yes, ma'am.
No, no, it's not just providing, he's ensuring that he will get a girl for a marriage. But if you are just simply providing the information, but you are not arranging a marriage, then it is not immoral activity.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly.
Hmm. Now, the sixth point is your when consideration is opposed to public policy. Is the public policy is defined anywhere? Can you give any example wherein we can say that it is opposed to public policy?
Ma'am, yesterday you were saying like, for example, this bhang and all in some states is they are the public policy allows it, but in some other areas it's against the public policy. So I think it revolves around that. If it's notified, so it's a public policy.
Anybody else? See, you have to research over this question: what is public policy, and whether it is defined in any law, and how, like I have mentioned you one of the things in our first class also, that freedom of contract, like skilling thing, it is again opposed to public policy. See, it is like overlapping. Sometimes what is opposed to public policy is also immoral, and also falling under other brackets as well. Okay, so so when we are saying that freedom of contract, we do have the freedom of contract, but the state is intervening in the name of opposed to public policy, है ना? So we are saying that don't we think that our freedom of contract is illusory? So all these things has to be seen. when we are dealing, suppose if certain questions comes to you like that, then you have to understand what is public policy. You have to give that definition. But if it is there in any law, it is given, you have to mention that. And why in the name of the public policy the state is intervening in the contract. And how do you think that the freedom of contract, even though it is restricted, but it is correct to do so? I hope we have discussed in last two classes also all these things. Will you able to answer this?
Yes, ma'am. Public policies are the statutes and the precedents, the common law. Those are the public policies, right?
Yes, 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 you're hitting correctly. But you just research over it. I want you to research more over it, because
Okay.
this understandings will help you in longer run.
Okay.
And what important is, like in OGS mains examination, you might not see this kind of question, but you might be thinking like, why I am reading all this, no? But you have to also clear interview. And when we are seeing now, the things are changing, like it is required 3 year of experience, it might required. But if even whether the change will happen or not, that is not important. The judiciary want that people have clarity of the practical world, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so these questions would help you, uh, and try to think more, try to do more reasoning in each of the scenarios. Now, now we will move further in our discussion. Now, agreement held to oppose to public policy. These are certain examples which I have mentioned here. Like when we are seeing that opposed to, what is exactly the opposed to public policy? This is comes with lot of judicial precedents as well. Correct. There are many other things. From where this pointers came. So one is your trading with enemy. So why it is denied trading with enemy?
Not reliable.
Okay.
The question of reliability and faith.
So that is between two, you two might be, na? That is between you when you are transacting with the other person in the country of the enemy country. Like suppose if you are no buying a toy from the China, when when there is a war between India and China is there. Okay. Now you might be having the you that money, you might be having the transaction earlier also with them from last 5 years, and currently also you are having it. So that there is no question about this. The country doesn't want you to have a trade with the enemy country. So you need to think why it is opposed to public policy.
Yes, ma'am. You've written it here in the slide. I think that's the answer.
Yes, I have written it, but you need to think about it. I shouldn't be bringing this slide itself, but you need to think.
Okay.
Ha. So you need to see that when, but because the opposed to public policy is to be seen by the state. And what is state? We interchangeably use like Orissa or any other state, no? Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, these are state. But when we are seeing in the international level, state means a country. You might have
Yes,
studied.
ma'am. A nation state.
Yes, yes. So why the nation want to interfere in the contract by stating that it is opposed to public policy. So there are certain purposes. There you need to, when we are reading any of the laws, we also need to say why, what, why, when, how. All these questions should be there in your mind. So it might be not there anywhere, but I have just written it. This might be one reason. So similarly, you have to think or more reasoning on that perspective. And again, the second point is your stifling prosecution. As by the way, why the TikTok has been banned?
Violating public policy, storing people's information, which is more private, and using them against us for that one.
Correct, correct. So you can see that how the state is interfering. Like you two are doing certain things, but still the state is interfering into it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The second point is your stifling prosecution. Anybody has heard what exactly stifling prosecution is?
I
Um,
mean, sabotaging the prosecution. I think.
Oh, sabotaging the prosecution. Yes, yes, you can say that. So, so suppose if any kind of compromise of an offense happened, so you are obviously the process, the justice system you are sabotaging. So, if I will put that, if a rapist, no, enter into any kind of compromise between the victim and the victim want to withdraw that no the entire prosecution what is happening, it's she doesn't want to continue it. Is it possible to do that?
No, ma'am, it's not. It's not compoundable. So no.
Okay, so okay, so in case of compounding of offense it can be done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so any of the example you have, you know that where the compounding can be possible?
It's listed. There's a specific list in CRPC.
Yes, yes. So it is there in wherein you can do it without the permission of the court. We can do it with the permission of the court. So when we are when the law itself saying that compromise can be done, there it is not considered as a illegal one. It is not considered as opposed to public policy. But when the law is not staying such allowing such activities or such compromise, then it is opposed to public policy. So anything which is opposed to public policy is again your illegal contracts. And these are the certain questions which are, you if you are suppose if you are discussing about the contract also, but you might be, the word terminology came wherein the compounding of offense is there. Now when we do the any kind of compromise, so in case of compounding of offense, whether you will be forward into the put back into the initial position or not, then what is the plea bargaining, is that a compounding offense or is something else? If the plea bargaining, can the person is again put into the initial position or not? So if the compromise happened, then what happened? So all these questions, whenever you are reading a law, it might not be important for your contract, but in per se, what I am trying to guide you that whenever you are reading any topic, you start reasoning and start asking questions to yourself. Third point is your maintenance and champerty. What is maintenance? Anybody is able to recall? Because you would have studied in your law LLBs or LLM, whatever uh, you have pursued. So if you have pursued both of them, then also
matrimonial maintenance, that one.
no. We are that is completely legal one, no. So we are discussing about the opposed to public policy. So that concept will not be here.
Okay.
Ma'am, it's the money or consideration given in intervals for the sustenance of the other partner after they are separated.
So that is a maintenance. That is a different thing. Here, what is opposed to public policy is any agreement in which
Okay,
person
okay.
promises. Any agreement in which a person promises to maintain suit in which he has no interest. Suppose A paying 50 lakh rupees to B for suing C just to annoy C. Okay, so here the person is just paying the amount so that the legal that person will be always engaged in that legal suit, because nobody likes to have a legal suit, right?
Yes, ma'am. If we consider your statement, ma'am, there are certain instances where some people file cases just to harass other partners, especially in matrimonial cases.
Mm-hmm. So that is a different thing, wherein the plaintiff and the respondent are fighting with each other. The third person is giving money to somebody. So don't confuse with this thing. Okay, I'll put one case laws in the chat box. So read this and say and let me know what you and what you think about it. Okay, you can drop email. We will not discuss that. You can drop email. I will respond on that. And next, your champerty. Champerty is like, you- do you know this term before, or you are hearing it first time?
Ma'am, it's a taught, I guess. I just a little
I'm
bit could
sorry.
remember it. Champati is a word which is being used in taught, as a taught.
Okay, Sonali, you have to share me that because I don't think it is in there. Yes, in tort is also there, uh, but in the contract, the same thing. You just define me then what is exactly the champerty.
Madam, I forgot. I just
Okay,
remember the name, but I forgot.
okay. So in this, what is happening that suppose if there is no fund amount uh, to go into a litigation, but somebody is funding that, then in promise to whatever the gain happened in through the litigation, that that amount will be shared between the person who has provided the expense amount and the person who is interested in the litigation. So the person who has provided the amount is not having any interest, but in the first case maintenance, again the third person is only providing the money, but he's not having the intent to share that gain amount. He's only doing that because he want to annoy that person who is engaged in the no the litigation. So suppose if the person fighting a case against B, and the funding is done by X, then only because there is a funding happening, the suit is continuing, because he is engaging the lawyer, the fees will be theirs and all those things, and the whole purpose of doing these things is to annoy B. So then it becomes maintenance. But when in case of champerty, what is happening, that third person is paying the amount in order to have an interest in the gain through the litigation. And gain is like some kind of monetary or any kind of gain gain will be there from the decree, and that will be divided between between the plaintiff and the person who is providing the expense amount. I hope it is clear what is the difference between maintenance and champerty.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, Champati is clear, but maintenance can explain.
What exactly, Sushant, your question is?
My question is, I understand the medical Champati. The third person is providing, thus helping to between the party. But what is the meaning of exact maintenance? Maintenance.
See here, what is happening, this maintenance of litigation, they are maintaining the litigation in order to no annoy the person against whom the litigation has been. They have no interest in that litigation. It is only for the purpose of annoying that person the litigation there. That's why I have given one case laws also, one this link to you. You go through that, and we can also have a discussion over it if the majority want it, or else you can I will answer it in email as well. The whole purpose is, in first case, is to annoy that person, and in the second case is to share the gain. That's the key difference. So now I would like, because we are already reached to the end of the session, I will put certain question with regard to this, that if the lawyer take proceedings of winning amount as fee, is that a champerty? Susan, are you clear about what is maintenance?
Yes, yes. Sometimes in property cases, some lawyer also engaging in that Champati because if you win.
Yes, I'm aware about all this. So what I'm trying to that's why the question has been put, that if the lawyer is taking any proceeding of winning amount as fees, that will amount as champerty. It is my question to you. Okay, taking certain percentage of maintenance amount, or an alimony amount granted from husband to wife by a lawyer, is champerty. Again, third question is, you just note it down, or all these questions, okay? And otherwise I'll just no provide in the chat link, just copy paste. And you have I hope all the question, other rest of the question which I have mentioned earlier in the class, you have all noted it down and let me know. Huh. Third question is, contract with the attorney, compensation contingent on success, are champerties. Suppose if you are fighting a case against somebody, and there will be some kind of success money, so is that is also allowable? Okay, will be considered as champerty? And the last question will be conveying actionable claim to lawyer as fees is champerty. This actionable claim and all those things you will read in the transfer of property. I hope all the questions are clear.
Yes, ma'am. We have to look it up.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's end the session. I'm not taking the questions right now. So if you have any kind of question, we will discuss tomorrow.
Can you share the slide?
Yeah, I am just trying to make that arrangement as well.
I
Meanwhile,
think a
always, yes.
screenshot can be taken.
Yeah, you can do anything, so I'm not having any problem with that. But how to provide all the peoples here, I have to talk, that's the best platform would be Ebenisho only. So you need to reach that and understand. And I have also provided you the email ID, so in case you have any kind of questions or something, like the questions which I have provided, write it down, those answers, and share with me. Remember that the more and more clarity you have on the concept, the chances of no, in your examination or in practice or any other part of your life, it will be useful. So always try to have entire clarity. After this session also, study this, research over those topic. Okay,
Uh, yes,
let's end
ma'am.
the session.
Ma'am, one thing I wanted to ask. You had given this example of this bond bail thing. I just wanted to understand. I will read about it. You were saying that when bail is posted and they are let go on a personal bond, the defendant generally pays the bond money, no?
I will discuss again tomorrow, Jaydeep, if you
Okay,
want.
okay, ma'am. Okay,
Because
ma'am.
we have already crossed this time duration. We can take the
Okay, ma'am.
question tomorrow in the first itself part of the session. Okay, sure.
Okay, ma'am.
Let's end the session. Bye. Good
Thank
night.
you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank